Shadow Step Prince, and that became one of the most meta-defining decks.
Right, Tempo Rogue was a big force in the World Championships, and of course, because of things like Corridor Creeper back then, it was insane with some of the swings you can have on board. Now let's go back to the focus of this series as we finally have Korea and Taiwan, the last hurrah for all of the players involved. Da Hyun-hee is going to start things off, and it seems like that's kind of the pattern. It goes Da Hyun-hee for Gerwins, and then Rini Hour for Korea. And then Taiwan's going to have Tom play the Warlock this time, and they've got that Mechathune Warlock. They have the Galvanizer in hand. They just need to assemble the pieces, and if they can stall long enough, they can finally assemble the win condition that many people are saying is an underrated archetype right now. People are winning pretty consistently with Mechathune.
Yeah, it's Mechathune is just a wide variety. This variety of Mechathune aims to get double Galvanizer. You play both the Galvanizers, decreasing the Mechathune to 8 mana. After it's 8 mana, you can then Blood Bloom and Cataclysm at the same turn. So it discards your whole hand for you. And you need to do this when your deck is out of cards. And with Warlock, of course, since you're life tapping so often, you kind of get there at a pretty rapid state. But that's one of the things that this deck kind of can, fumble on sometimes, is if you can't necessarily get through your whole deck, but you have the combo assembled, it's not as easy as Malygos Druid, right? Malygos Druid, you kind of get your combo together, and then you immediately play it and kill your opponent. With this one, you inevitably have to get through your entire deck.
Yeah, and you can see that Tom really values trying to save his coin here, not trying to get a little bit greedy. Might need it to hold on to that coin for other uses. And right now, Shaman, not really much going on. They have one of the most powerful cards, in my opinion, for Shaman this expansion is Voltaic Burst. You combo that with Flame Tongue, with Cult Master. I mean, heck, even using it for pitch scenarios like Bloodlust or the Stormbringer. It's a very versatile card, and I think it's going to show you guys why exactly.
Yeah, this is pretty powerful.
Jeez.
A lot of times I've seen just get played on turn 1. You don't have solid follow-up. Like, you just play for 2/1/1s. Kind of like
Lost in the Jungle.
Lost in the Jungle. There's been a bunch of cards like that. Alley Cat.
Oh wow! Free Corridor Creeper with Thrall Deathseer in the waiting the shadows.
Yeah, I remember those days. Those were really scary.
Yeah, Token Shaman back in its full force. Possessed Lackey can pull out the Void Lord and stall for time, and I think that's exactly what Tom is going for. And no Earthshock has been revealed from the Shaman deck, so the only thing that really remains is the Hex. Tom is being pretty good spirits. I mean, he is chatting and talking with all of his friends. I remember this is just, kind of a round-robin exhibition tournament. So you can definitely see how laid back the players are having fun here.
Yeah, they're just up late playing some Hearthstone, having a good time. You see here, just go ahead and use that Defile. Gets a full cleared and a Void Lord on the board.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, very clean. Defile before the life tap, not to draw the Void Lord, although I don't know if it'd make a significant difference if he has 2 in the deck. That being said, Mechathune comes to the hand.
Yeah, starting to assemble that combo, Dan.
Yeah, and more importantly, has ways to gain life back. So I feel like the problem before when we saw this deck was that they finally kind of got the pieces and were getting near it, but they were just like in range of dying the entire time, over and over and over. And they barely managed to stabilize with Void Lord against the Odd Paladin, for example, and won simply from minion pressure. But I kind of want to see a Mechathune victory.
I definitely think everyone deserves a Mechathune victory eventually. It's just so difficult with this specific version, especially into this matchup, because with this matchup, there's going to be pressure on you constantly. There's not going to be like Odd Paladin where, you stick a Void Lord and ultimately the Silverhand recruits can't really get through that. These evolves are just going to be so powerful, and there's not much clean removal for them. But 2 spell studs in the hand will get Tom a little bit further on. Just depends on how, he chains that removal together.
Yeah, see, it looks like they're going to want to charge it all the way to 10. The Sea Giant ends up being actually not that much different from the Ironbark Protector, but it's not about that. You want to have things like Tyrantus, which is just such thick, hard minion that is difficult to remove because you can't target it with things like Spellstone.
Yeah, that's why you saw Dyna go for that evolve. Just trying to hit that Tyrannus because there's only 5 10 drops, I believe. Well, actually, now with the addition of Mechathune, there's actually another one.
Yeah, that's true. You can get a 10-10 as well, so it buffs the stats slightly.
Yes, exactly. I think all of them are mostly a buff, or it's the same. So it made sense to just kind of keep going for that evolve, trying to, you know, if they get Tyrannus, that's probably the most powerful minion you could get.
Yeah.
To use the Defile just to, you know, kind of make sure this Void Lord, the Void Lord right now kind of has to carry Tom as far as it can. So he's trying to get as much utilization out of this Void Lord as possible, making sure, you know, it may only be a 3/3, but eventually if it, you know, it can kill off at least like 3 or 4 cards, well then it's done its job and more.
Yeah, and what's also going to be important moving forward as well is hand space. So, you know, I think for Tom, as much as protecting the Void Lord, he also needs to have the ability to life tap for the next couple turns. Oh no, the Vendor's nice. You can pick up another Void Lord. Giggling Inventor can stall as well.
Oh, I definitely like the Giggling Inventor. Any chance you get to play Giggling Inventor, seems like a good turn to me.
Yeah, if it's directly correlated to your win condition as well, as much as it is for Mechathune. Hagatha, really powerful pickup too, because you can pretty much clear off most. Actually, you can clear off the entire board this turn.
Oh, but you can trade, get the 3 1/1s, and then upgrade them all to legendary minions.
Yes, I love that.
You can even play the Sparks and the 1-drop and get a full board of legendary minions.
Yes, that sounds great.
I hope we get to see.
Oh,
I think that's what they're playing.
That is 100% the play. Not even close. It's so good. Hero cards will have to wait. Oh, he's waiting with the Flame Elemental. He's holding it for the Calamos. Prophet Valen and Malygos.
That's so much damage.
If he had a single lightning bolt, that would have done 16 damage.
That's one-off lethal.
He has Gun Turret Spire. If that thing takes any damage, it's going to deal damage to the Warlock.
That was a really good evolve.
That was a fantastic evolve. That's the kind of board that people think would happen. This is like expectations versus reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's going to screenshot this and be like, expectations, and then reality is like Thanos, Lanessa Sunsorrow, Myra, Rot Spring. You're like, oh my god, what did I ever do to deserve this?
Or it's like when you used to have the old Doppelgangster evolve and you'd get 3 big-time Racketers.
What's really funny is that Lord Godfrey clears this still. As much as you think that this is an
You're playing with
impossible
fire
board.
with that Blackout Gunspire, though.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
You're playing with a lot of fire if you want to try and clear this board. But, I mean, you may have to go for something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just clearing off minions. This Gunspire's going to deal so much damage.
Especially when you can Hagatha first to clear up the board. And then guarantee that the 3 damage goes face.
Yeah, actually, is that even lethal?
It might actually be, because you put the 5 damage into the Annoyatron with Divine Shield. You then can, or you put Malygos up, sorry, yeah. Well, the Blackout can't attack.
Yeah, I think that might be lethal. Does it? The gun card can't attack, you're right. I apologize.
But you could go for this first, hope that the Gunspire hits the Annoyatron, and then push the rest face.
Yes.
Which I don't think it's quite lethal, but it's pretty close.
Super close. Wait, you could zap. You could you could play the elemental and get zapped, right?
Nah, yeah, you could have, yeah.
It wouldn't have been it still.
It still would have been one off.
Yeah, but you never know. You just kind of push a little bit of damage.
Oh, that Stormbringer was so powerful. I'm immediately going to my collection and building this Shaman.
Oh my gosh. The only way Tom can survive is if he cataclysms, and I don't think he wants to go down that way.
No, I don't think so either. Could. Well, if you Hellfire, you die, because the Blackout Gunspire will kill you.
Unity, precision,
yeah, I guess this is technically a way to live.
That's right. If he can take a single hit, he will survive. And there's no way to guarantee that it'll kill.
Yeah, not yet. I mean, you'd have to play the minions, try and find some kind of either removal or just some way. Oh, and there it is right there. That's just lethal.
Wow. And the sticky legendary minions get the job done off the back of Malagos and Gunspire Turret. Korea, one game away from guaranteeing a spot as the winner